Glad to be here today. Obviously, middle of the week. Want to review just a quick review of the game last week. Definitely proud of how our guys responded to the adversity early in the game after the turnover that we unfortunately gave up. And then our guys went back out, and that's what we do. We put the ball down and don't worry about things. And great job by Kyle of being aggressive and getting a good rush. And just proud of how we finished. We got it done. And this week here we have a really good Missouri team coming to town. That's obviously a 7-2 ball club that's been winning, and obviously they come in here. It's an SEC home game. We're excited for it. They present a lot of challenges in regards of just how balanced they are on offense, and 2 receivers, 2 backs, great O-line that can move, multiple quarterbacks. Obviously ready to play. Any questions?
Clayton, Shane said yesterday that it really doesn't matter which quarterback plays for them. They're still going to run outside zone, and they've got 2 dynamic receivers. Is that how you feel? Is there that much of a drop-off, whether it's Brady Cook or Drew Pine?
No, they've done an outstanding job of getting talent in their building at all positions. I would say that's how you really feel about any position on that football team. They have a slew of receivers, multiple O-line, and sometimes they play 6 and 7 O-linemen at a time, and they think they're on their 3rd quarterback, so and he's a pretty good one. So they do a great job of acquiring talent, getting it in the building and keeping it. But definitely the game plan will not change. Obviously, there are 2 different players, 2 different styles are similar, but 2 different guys, both of them really good.
Find out pretty late before the game Saturday that you're not going to have DQ. What's kind of that mode like when you're trying to make a last-minute change there, and what was your evaluation of how Peyton Williams stepped into that safety spot?
Yes, one, I pretend like I didn't know that DQ was not going to play. I didn't want to stress myself out, but I kept myself calm and just pretend like nothing happened. Peyton Williams first of all, missing DQ Smith, it's a lot of intangibles that you miss with him, not only just his play. So definitely missed that part of him. I do feel like Peyton Williams has been in this program for 3 years. He's always been ready when his number's been called. He's a professional. He does a really good job of taking notes. Him, Coach Gray, Coach Smith, Coach Foster, Coach Jackson, Coach Tanner, all those guys have just gotten our guys ready. Whenever their number's called, they're ready to go. I was proud of them.
Asked Coach Beamer yesterday about the Missouri game these last few years and what's been the key trait with that game.
Yep.
And you mentioned getting your butts kicked physically and all that. How much has that been a point of emphasis for you as a staff and talking with your players about, hey, if we're going to win this one, we got to be the more physical team?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time to really keep harping back. So it was part of our introduction. We'll probably review it again at the end of this week, right before the game. Go out and remind our guys the kind of game that Missouri is. Like, yes, they do a lot of formations. Yes, they are a lot of formations, a lot of different plays, but they all at the same time, they're a very physical football team. They've been physical in this conference for a while. They played good in November. They played physical. They won their bowl game against Ohio State. So we hit it at the beginning of the week. We hit it at the end of the week, and then obviously every day at practice for ourselves against our offense, we want to play physical, have the physical mindset. More importantly, just understanding what kind of war it's going to be on Saturday.
I know. I was looking at Pro Football Focus. They have D Knight rated as your guys' best defender right now. I'm curious, when you guys go and grade out your team, is D Knight at the top in terms of just doing everything?
We don't take a lot of stock in those things, but that's a good measuring stick. I mean, I think they do a good job at Football Focus on just getting out information, and some of that stuff is close, some of that stuff is kind of, whoa, that's crazy. But just with Demetrius Knight from day one, he's been very consistent in who he is as a person. One, I think that says a lot about his play, just how he plays, how he does anything exactly how he does every single thing in his life. Very focused. He's very routine based. He's very he has one, just does the same thing over and over again. He's never changed within the short time that we've known him. But he plays well. He practices well. He's been playing like that since the spring, and so we're proud of him. And it feeds off on the other players too. Very contagious.
Yesterday, Shane just spoke highly of basically all aspects of Missouri's offense, but especially the receiver core. I'm just curious what threat they pose and kind of how you're viewing that.
It's definitely, a lot of teams that we play, it might be the first team that we play to put 4 receivers on the field at once, as far as multiple times throughout a football game. So, one, the fact that you have 4, you probably have 8. You have 2 deep that can do it. So, They just done a great job of acquiring talent, and they have Luther Burden, speed. They have one with speed. They have Mookie Coop. So he has speed. So they have a lot of guys that can just run up and down the field, and they have multiple players that can really stretch the field. So I think that presents a challenge in itself. We got to do a great job of understanding who they are and what they're trying to do.
Second halves, the points y'all have given up, the totals look really low. I don't know how maybe it necessarily compares to years past, but it just seems low. And is there a key for y'all to be able to play so well in the second half? Obviously with A&M and last week at Vanderbilt.
I think the key is really going into halftime and just taking a good look at what we're doing, and if we're playing well, you expect them to change. If you're not playing well, kind of like the A&M second quarter, they're probably going to do what they did the second quarter. So we have to make the adjustment. So you got to make that quick decision. You probably got about 10 minutes to really make some evaluation, really make a decision, basically. And so I give the credit to our players because A&M game we switched a lot of things up. So at least 5 things that we went in there and said, hey, this is what we're doing the next time they do this, and on and on and on. We never stop talking at halftime. But our guys adjusted. But to me, it goes back to us. In January, we start football school right in this room here, and it's all about learning what offenses do. And you're either going to take it serious or you're not, because I tell them it's going to be one halftime this year. When I go in there and I say, when they give us this formation, you check to this. When they give us this, you check to that. And you have to get it done really fast. But it starts back from our homework from January. But I was proud of how they've been doing it at halftime. So they want adjustments.
Missouri also had a pretty significant injury on the offensive line last week at center. I know obviously you don't change your game plan based on that, but what does that kind of do to an offense when you're breaking in a new center, and what kind of an advantage can that be for a defense, especially a defensive line?
Yes, injuries are unfortunate all over any position, any team. So we just try to focus on what we have to do as a football team and make sure we're on the right page.
How do you use Dylan Stewart to work off Kyle Kennard and vice versa when you're scheming things?
The first and most important thing, we got to make sure we understand the game plan, and guys have to just work well together. Our whole front works well together. All of our defense is based off the front. The front and coverage go hand in hand, and we just make sure our guys understand the plan. All right, thank you guys. See y'all.